The beauty of electronic nonfiction resources is that they are always available online, from a student's, house at 3 o'clock in the morning in their bunny slippers, and 1,000 kids can be looking at the same ebook and not necessarily, having to worry about you need it and then I'll borrow it and that sort of thing. And so the availability of electronic resources is so valuable because it does really allow for that higher level of access.
I would say a majority of students have smartphones now, and so they have Google at the touch of their finger. They have that instant ability to look something up. And so I feel like a lot of times for us, it's teaching them, like, hey, this is a database, and this is why we use a database, because the sources that you can find in here are sources you can rely on to provide you with information that you're going to be able to turn into a teacher and feel like it was a reliable source, it was an academic source. It's not just something you asked Google to find the answer for you in the first website that popped up. Mm-hmm. And within that, teaching them how to Google safely and smartly so that they can use Google, mm-hmm. but like teaching them, look for the websites that you can trust.
So the structure is always there. The adults are always there. It'll be us, it will be the classroom teacher. And so that's why, at least based on our experience, it really just has been a non-issue when it comes to students really being off task or wandering, virtually into places that they shouldn't. Mm-hmm. The same rules are always apply. And so our students know that, it's very clear. And so one of the things that we really try to reinforce within them is, of course, we know that it's easy for you to find something adequate with 1 or 2 clicks on the free web. But when you go to college, their professors, we tell them, will not allow them to find the information they submit for class on the free web. It will have to be from an academic source, like a database, and in some cases it needs to be peer-reviewed, and et cetera, et cetera. So we let them know that we are preparing them. What they're looking at in some cases is the very same database that they're going to be using when they get to college, whether they're going to college is along the Front Range or out of state and anywhere across the country. And so it's really important that they get that exposure to how they work. Those particular sources are just so much more robust than something that they would be able to find, in that first page of a Google search list on the free web.